Movement is a medicine that creates change in a person's physical, emotional, and mental states. This is a quote by Carol Welsh, a neuromuscular therapist. Movement is the fifth dimension of wellness in John Travis's wellness energy system. Overall, our need for movement has greatly diminished since the Industrial Revolution. For most of us, we no longer have to hunt for our food or spend long hours in the farm fields. More likely, our workday consists of more stationary activities. For instance, sitting behind a desk typing on a computer, or talking on the phone, or standing behind a counter. Moreover, there's stress associated often with getting to work and or being at work. Heart disease is the main cause of mortality in the US and globally. Risk factors for heart disease include high blood fats, high blood pressure, obesity, smoking, family history of heart disease, high blood sugar, diabetes, anger, stress, and a lack of movement or exercise. Exercise is great in that it can mitigate some of these other risk factors. For instance, people who smoke who start an exercise program often report cutting back on their smoking or even stopping smoking altogether. Exercise is also great for physical ailments. It can help things like back pain or arthritis, asthma, indigestion, and insomnia. While cardiovascular or aerobic exercise is the most effective in preventing heart disease, there are other forms of exercise that are also beneficial. For instance, there's strength-based exercises like weightlifting that helps build muscle mass. There's flexibility exercises like yoga that helps lengthen and stretch the muscles. And then there's the energy arts like Tai Chi and Qigong that help with energy flow through the body and help with healing. Exercise is not only good for physical health, it's good for mental health as well. Levels of serotonin, dopamine, and endorphins are increased with exercise. Some people call these our happy chemicals. Exercise also helps normalize other neurotransmitters so that we actually feel more mentally healthy. Other benefits are improved mood and energy, reduced stress, deeper relaxation, and enhanced mental clarity and cognitive function. It started slowly. There's really no downside to exercise. All side effects are ultimately positive. And the best thing about exercise, it's entirely free of charge. I'd like to end by telling you a story of a man whose exercise program turned his life around. Eric O'Grey was a 51-year-old salesman for GE in 2010. He weighed 340 pounds. He was on insulin for his type 2 diabetes, 15 other kinds of medications. He said, "My life was all about minimizing my movement. I just felt miserable all the time. It's just amazing how painful it is to be that heavy. Every part of your body hurts." Eric tried diets, but no diet helped him keep the weight off long term. Then one day, something happened that would cause Eric to have a shift in his thinking. Eric saw former President Bill Clinton being interviewed on the news. President Clinton was talking about his weight loss as a result of adopting a whole food plant-based diet to help his heart disease. Eric thought, "I never heard of a whole food plant-based diet before. I really need to find a doctor who will stop throwing pills at my problem." So he looked around and found a naturopathic doctor in his area and called and made an appointment for the next day. Interestingly, the naturopathic doctor suggested for Eric the same whole food plant-based diet that President Clinton had talked about. She also told Eric to do one other thing, and that was to go to his local shelter, adopt a dog, and walk it for 30 minutes twice a day. Soon after, Eric went to his local Humane Society and asked to be matched with a middle-aged, overweight dog so that he would have something in common with it. They matched him with Petey, a 7-year-old mixed border collie who indeed was overweight. Eric and Petey started off slowly, but it wasn't long before they worked their way up to walking 30 minutes twice a day in Eric's neighborhood that Eric had never really explored on foot before. After 10 months, Eric had lost 150 pounds, and Petey, 25 pounds. If if you already have your own exercise program, how do you feel? And if you don't, could you consider creating one and perhaps taking one small step toward getting started today?